5 years to take a new company and turn it into a multi-million-dollar business. This is my journey. Alright guys, welcome to another episode of my 5-year plan. And like I had discussed in my last video, we have a new business venture that we're going on, and that is app development, and the app that I've created is Japa app. In today's video, we're going to be talking about how I went about developing Japa app, having no app development or computer programming skills at all. I am going to be mentioning two companies, and I want to make sure, full disclosure, I have no affiliation with these companies. These are not paid sponsorships. None of that. I'm just simply mentioning these two particular companies because these are softwares and websites that I've used in the process of developing my app. Okay, I'm a big believer in using tools and resources around you to get what you need and to work within your financial means, which is exactly what I did. All right, so the first website I wanted to discuss is Udemy. Udemy.com is basically a website where freelancers from all different industries create training programs and tutorials on how to do anything from app development, website design, video editing. I mean, you name it, it's up there. And if you're an individual and you work in a professional industry and people may want to learn how to do that particular trade, you can create tutorial videos on how to do that, post it up there, and people will actually pay and buy those programs, so this way they can learn the knowledge that you have. So that's also a great resource to make some extra income. So with that being said, when I signed up to Udemy, I signed up for an app development class, and that particular app development class, I only ended up paying $17 for it at the time, and that was in January 1st, 2021. And the purpose of me taking that particular course was not necessarily to be able to design and complete the app, but was really to get an understanding of what it would take to design an app, encode an app, so this way when I went about to the process of creating it, I can have a better understanding of how much money I should be spending and how much time the developer would need to complete the app, which also helps me gauge what my budget should be for that particular app. Now, with that being said, I learned a lot. I learned about wireframing, a little bit about coding, but until this day, if you asked me to create an app, I wouldn't necessarily know how to create an app, but it did help me as far as to understand how much time, energy, and work goes into it. Now, once I had finished that course about 2 months later, I was able to structure and design the app that I want and put it into writing and put it into words, so this way any programmer would understand exactly what I'm asking them for with my app. So with that being said, the next step was to actually find app developers that would be able to do that for me. Now remember, I paid $17 for the app development course to learn and understand how to develop apps and how much work goes into it. Now, based on my budget, I had to find freelance app developers that would be able to do it for me. So what I did was, after creating a wireframe, which basically is an explanation of exactly what my app is, what I wanted to do, and how each button is to function in the app, I sent that out to about 4 different developers. I had one developer came back and they charged me roughly about $20,000. I had another developer hit me up and charged me about $11,000, and I had 2 other developers. One charged me $5,000, another one charged me about $2,800. There was another developer, but I won't even really say, well, there was another developer, I think it was 6 of them in total. There was one developer who charged me about $1,800, but I decided not to even go with him because there was a language barrier. And the platform that I actually use to communicate and find these freelance app developers, once again, no endorsement, no sponsorship, not a paid sponsorship or anything like that. This is just a tool, a website, platform that I use, which is Fiverr. And I've been using them for about I've been using Fiverr now about 5 years or so, since they first came out when everything was originally $5. A great platform, not an endorsement, but it is a great platform for me, and I've used it. I've had some great experiences, I've had some bad experiences, but with this particular one, now that they're offering more expensive services, I was able to get in touch with these freelancers, and you're meeting freelancers from all over the world. Some of them could speak good English, little English, type English, understand English. So it's very important when you're dealing with freelancers, especially on Fiverr or any other platform, that you deal with somebody that you can communicate with clearly and they can understand any concerns that you have. So the gentleman that had charged me about $1,700, even in the texting back and forth, the English was not too good, so I automatically eliminated him because I wanted to make sure that this person could address any concerns I have and clearly understand what I'm looking for and what I need. So I ended up going with the gentleman that was charging me $2,800, and for $2,800 he was able to do it in 3 different sprints. And when I say 3 different sprints, the first sprint, or the first part of the program, was to create the back-end administration part, where users would not be able to, the part that users don't use. And then the second sprint would be the front-end piece of it, the user interface part of it. And then the third sprint would be where the developer actually uploads it to the Play Store and to iPhone App Store, and address any concerns that they have and make sure that it's approved as well. Now, in total, it was $2,800. The first sprint was going to cost me $1,250. Second sprint was going to be $1,258, and the third sprint was going to be $300, because that is the that is the quickest piece right there, which is just uploading into the app stores and addressing any concerns and things like that that they may have. So as you can see, $17 for the schooling, $2,800 for the app. You can add an extra $800 to that, which would bring it up to $3,600, because during the process of creating the app, there was additional functions and things that I wanted to have added to the app, and so therefore that cost me like an extra $800. So it is feasible for you to create an app for less than $5,000, especially if you're not reinventing the wheel and you're just using existing coding and software and technology that's already out there, and they're just repackaging it into a different format or for a different function, and they're not creating anything really from scratch. And the whole purpose of this channel is to show individuals that with less than $10,000 you can start up a company, and then with the proper time management, budgeting, you can actually build up a company from $10,000 to a multi-million-dollar business, which is the purpose of this channel and the purpose of my 5-year plan. So now that I've created this app and everything is completely done, like I said, January 1st I signed up for the class. About April 7th I got the quote on how much to do the app, and it was going to take them roughly 60 to 90 days. He was able to finish it in 90 days. Today it's August 16th, 2021. The app is 100% complete, and in the next video what I'll be doing is I'll be discussing how it is and what I'm doing to raise capital to take the app from now finished being developed to taking it to market, and also getting my first users, getting the marketing and the exposure that I need, and hopefully different avenues that I'm taking to raise capital. Now, I also do want you guys to understand something. There is no cookie cutter system. There is no one step works for everybody. For me, you guys will see things that work. You will guys see me try things and it'll completely fail and I'll fall flat on my face. But it's all a learning curve and a learning experience. No system exists out there that will make it completely guaranteed or perfect for anybody. And that's something I want you guys to see, and I want you guys to experience along with me. So if you guys like this video and you guys like watching me along on this journey, and you know anybody else who may, please hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, share it with a family member, share it with a friend, and hopefully this can help encourage somebody who may be down in a rut and may want to do something, but they feel like, hey, they can't do it based off of limited financing or limited knowledge. And I say this in just about all of my videos. You don't have to know everything when you're starting up a business or when you're doing something. What's important is you surround yourself with individuals who know what you don't know. So be smart enough to know what you know and be smart enough to know what you don't know. Surround yourself with people who know what you don't know and work within your budget. If you only have $5,000, see what you can do with $5,000. If you have a $10,000, see what you can do with $10,000, but don't feel like you have to have $100,000 or hundreds of thousands or even thousands and thousands of dollars like most other people, or even millions of dollars. Start off somewhere and then go from there, because the most important step in any project is getting started. And in order to get started, you have to do the planning stage. The planning stage of any project is extremely important, because if you know you have, and I may sound like I'm rambling, but but this is so important. If you know you have $10,000 and you start planning this project and you try to plan it with that $10,000, you'll see that it is feasible. But if you just think about it in your head, you're going to think that it's not feasible. But when you start planning, doing the research, looking up things and writing everything down and doing the math, you start to sit there and say, okay, well, this is not necessary. I can cut this back. I can do this, or I can try to learn this on my own. Or I can find somebody else who may be willing to help me out, do a trade, service to service or something. But you got to really want it. If you don't really want something, then it's never really going to happen for you. So it's important that you guys understand that. Work within your means, work within your financial budget, work within your knowledge base. And if you don't know something, get somebody near you who knows what you don't know, or know things that you're lacking, and they're going to be able to help you and point you in the right direction. Whether you have to pay these people, whether you have to make a trade, just get started, guys. That's the most important thing. So I hope this channel is motivating you, and I hope you share. I hope you enjoy this journey, and I can't wait to see the finished product within the next 4 years. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a good day. Bye.